Hey everybody, welcome to TCL. This is our week 5 meeting, I think, which is just crazy to think about already. Um, so uh how's everybody doing? We feeling good at this point in time in the project about kind of the way that things are going. Seems like everybody's been chugging along and merging with relatively good predictability. So any thoughts or concerns so far?
Um, I have a concern. We
Okay.
had a merge conflict 2 hours ago, and we'll see when when one of us shows the web app. We'll basically see like two lists, and I kind of went into the code. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't see that part, but yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we sort of mentioned that that might happen a couple weeks ago with one of the things, but we didn't really touch about like what to do when that happens so far. So at this point, we think like the merged and there's now a bug as a result of the merge.
Yeah, there's no bugs, but the only bug is the visual thing. We're gonna see like when someone clicks on the list and we go to the list page, we're gonna see double.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, let's Rachel, why don't you walk us through the demos then and we'll see that
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, we'll check it out. We'll talk about it. So let's see here. We've got, let's go for number 8 first. So that's going to be Grace and Millie. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right.
I think Grace is gonna demo the live. Is Grace there?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
okay.
um, so our task was if there were no items in a shopping list, it would prompt the user to add their first item. So I'm just gonna create a new list. And oh, and hmm, uh,
Is it because of our merge conflict? I'm not sure.
I think so.
Do you want to do it on local then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it should work now. Yeah, so we're just telling the user that their shopping list is empty and we're prompting them to click this list, which will take them to the manage list page where they could add their first item. So yeah, I guess Millie could talk about the code.
Okay. All right. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So initially we checked for the list length, and we had everything right down here. So we had all of this code right down here, but then we were given a suggestion to refactor. So what we did was we checked the list length, and if the list length was empty, so basically data.length equals 0, it would render the prompt where it tells you that your shopping list is empty and then you need to add an item, and you have to click this button. When you click that button, it would navigate you to the manage list page. Otherwise, if your list wasn't empty, it would render this function here where you get which we saw just a second ago, where you had the input to search the items, and then you also saw all of the items. And that's basically it. And I think that the merge conflict was probably down here, where we kind of moved all this stuff into their own functions.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Nice. Well, great work. We'll figure out that merge conflict and we will not lose all of your work. You may have to push that branch back up.
That's good.
Leon and Amanda, you guys ready?
Yep.
Nice.
I'll start with the demo. Actually, I make change of how I solve the merge conflict on my local, so I'll show you how it works as per now.
Oh, awesome.
I have inside our list component, we can have the option to click an item indicating whether it's purchased or not. And before it is actually click, we want the user to confirm whether they're purchasing it or not as confirmed. So the first item is confirmed, and on our backend side, if you look at the first item, you see date last purchase today, March 3rd, 1:09 p.m. Or similar 1:08. Okay, so it updates with the date last purchase, and yeah, now it's 94. Let's take another look at how the total purchase work. So the second item is 71. If we click it once, it'll become 72. It increments for every click. And our logic has a 24 hours automatically update. So anytime within the 24 hours, it will remain click. If I click, let's do 1 a.m. Okay. And as for now, it's remain click for the first item. But however, if I do like anytime past 24 hours, like 1 week before, let me do 1 week before, it 24. Did we? This is.
It looks like you went back in time instead of forward in time.
Because back in time is we're comparing with now. The last purchase date will always be a previous date, and we're comparing to now.
Gotcha.
It should work. I think we have more merge conflict this time.
Yeah, I don't know. It works on my machine.
Or can you demo? I'm not
Yeah,
sure how it doesn't work. Okay,
yeah, I can demo it.
please, thank you.
So yes. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, let's say, well, this is the bug that I was mentioning earlier because of the merge conflict, I think. Basically, if we click on cheese curds and I confirm, and then if I go back to the database, and here, let's say like day last purchase, it was actually purchased, let's say last week. It should only, the check thing here should only last 24 hours. And so let's mimic March 1st purchase, and today is 2 days later. It should be gone. So the logic is, since if we check it, we have like a use effect here, and that is coming from the new data. We check if the date last purchase property in the object is updated or changed. And here we basically calculate the expiry dates. We take the date last purchased, we add 24 hours to it, and that new date, the expiry date, is set into the variable, and then whenever the list items are rendered, we have like a check that grabs today's date and we compare it to the expiry date. If today's date is later than the expiry date, then we set the state accordingly to a false to uncheck it, and that would enable the disabled property of the input.
Nice.
Oh, also we had to do the update item function in Firebase. We're grabbing the list collection and the item ID, and then we increment the total purchases whenever it's checked, and update the date last purchase to when it's clicked. Initially, we wanted to return the new updated item, but then I remembered in app JSX, it automatically fetches the list items. So we just prop drilled from list to list item, etc. I think that's it.
Cool. Well, great work. This looks really good, except for that little bug, which we'll figure out.
I don't know on my machine. Like I'm able to click like a empty list and go to it. Oops. New as list 2, and on the list page, I see the rendered stuff that it's supposed to render.
But you haven't added an item yet. So if you did, you will produce 2 forms.
Yes, exactly. It will produce 2 forms, and that is coming from list JSX here because this logic goes to render item lists.
Well, that logic doesn't. The one that you highlighted, the one right below it does, which is the problem. There's 2 forms being injected on the page. One with your date last purchased bit in it, and the other one doesn't have it.
Yep. Okay, that's easy enough.
Nice job, y'all. Really good. I gotta say, I really like, I think from office hours this past week, Amanda was talking about this like check and uncheck. And like, I know this has always kind of been a sticking point with teams because it's like, do we add something else for the user experience? Or once you check it, even if it was accidental, like does it have to stay checked for 24 hours? And in the past, like that has been the case, but she was like, no, we're going to do this better. and they did. It's a super clean solution. And I think that works nicely for now. So also quick comment about merge conflicts. It's always a good idea, I think, if you're not sure, like either check main or just like hop on a call with someone from the other team just to double check to make sure that everyone's changes are correct. Like it happens, it's not a big deal, but like, yeah, that's a spot to just like focus on reaching out and communicating.
Yeah, we literally merged like 2 hours ago, so we're like, oh crap, we have a conflict.
Yeah.
And that's
And
when
we need
most
to
merge
be
conflicts
awkward
happen.
conflict. That's when we merge.
It's always the thing that happens when you're getting ready to do the push to do your release or to do your handoff to QA or whatever. And that's when like it's like everybody's trying to jump in at once and then oops. So that happens a lot. It's good practice. Yeah, in this case, might be just good later to talk and just be like, hey, now we ended up getting 2 versions in the foreman, one that didn't catch the new, because it's a minimum method now. So that change probably just needs to move over there and then delete the existing one. So whoever wants to do that can. In any case. Cool. DJ, you want to take us through a retro?
Let's do it. Yeah. So I pasted this week's retro board in the chat here. So everyone check it out. Hopefully you can have access to it. And yeah, let's take maybe 5 minutes and just write our stuff in and then we'll go through it.
Mm.
Maybe like another minute, unless we're done.
I think I'm done.
Everyone else
Yeah,
done?
I'm good.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. Let me share.
I might need another minute.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Problem.
Let's-
Mm.
Okay.
Alrighty. I will share. And yeah, if let's see, I don't see names, which is kind of an annoying thing on GitHub's boards like this, but that's okay. I'll read them out. If it's yours, feel free to be like, hey, that was me, and then say anything else you want to add. So let's start with the appreciations. peers for good pair work, and mentors for issue explanation and office hours. Anyone want to claim that? Or is that
Me.
chat? Okay.
I really appreciate all my peers that have done pair program with me and all the mentors. Yeah, thank you.
Very cool. The next one, I appreciated Rachel leading us through telling your story and talking a bit about networking last week.
Yep, I thought that was a good discussion. Thanks. As the prior one.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. This one was me. Really appreciate how everyone is proactively solving problems together. Yeah, I think just through the first 4 weeks that we've been through these issues, like, people are just jumping in. There's not really much hesitation I'm noticing. Everyone's just kind of like taking care of the work, which is great to see. So yeah, keep that up. The next one, I appreciate pair programming with Amanda and learn from her thought process and sharing solutions.
Yeah, that's me. I was paired up with her, so I appreciate my time coding with her. We didn't solve everything on the first call, so we had to set up a second call, mainly for calculating the expiry date stuff. That was quite a puzzle working with dates. So, yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. All right. Always getting through issues in a timely manner so we all have time to review and rework any issues.
Yeah, that was me. Just you guys really crush it and always get stuff done like early, and that's amazing. So appreciate you.
Yeah, y'all definitely move fast. Not in a bad way, but like, when PRs are opening on Monday, it's just like, whoa, that's lightning quick, which is great. Let's see. Where we at? Okay, appreciate all the good conversations happening during office hours. I think that was me. Yeah, last week we were just hanging out. And again, it's not just the issues, it's also talking about job preparation, interviews, stuff, just kind of life in tech and that sort of thing. So yeah, keep bringing the good questions, keep showing up. Even if there's not like an issue that you're actively working through in the week, it's always just a good space to hang out. So thanks for everyone for showing up. Appreciate everyone communicating and giving feedback/encouragement.
Yeah, I just appreciate everyone communicating all the time and encouraging each other and giving good feedback. Yeah.
Definitely. Cool. Very cool. Thank you. Gosh, I had a lot of appreciations. The next one's also me. Shout out to the mentors for being awesome as well. That's not a shout out to myself. That's for Rachel and Lyle. Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Sure it is.
Shout out to me for being so great. But no, you guys have been awesome to work with, really. Definitely back at you guys.
Thank you. All right, and last one. Grateful for all the support from the mentors and for fellow Collabies that make it easy to work with.
That's me. I don't think I can ask for more.
I agree. It's a great team. All right. Let's go to the next column. What went well? Issue got solved. Anyone want to take that one?
You did it. It wasn't me though.
The issue got solved. Yes.
That was me. I'm
Oh.
really yeah.
Yeah. Y'all are definitely the first group to be tested with the date stuff. And yeah, it did get solved, which is great. Next one is me. Devs are crushing the issue so far. Great work. Again, yeah, we're saying it a lot, but y'all are really doing well. PR is opening early, leaving lots of time for discussion.
Yep. I think you mentioned this already, but yeah, like when they open on Monday, that leaves a whole week almost for stuff to happen on them. So it's cool when that can happen. Sometimes it's not practical, but it's shouting it out.
Nice. Yeah. Weekly rhythm seems to be working well. That one was me. Yeah, I think again from the moment we like create the pairing threads in Slack, y'all are like finding times to meet. Again, PR is getting open early. we're getting things merged way before the demo, even with conflicts. That's okay. So yeah, that's like just kind of like the sometimes that doesn't always come naturally for, especially when we're working remotely like this, and it's like the first time meeting each other and doing this together. So yeah, it seems like everything is gelling, which is great. Next one, getting done with tasks and pair programming.
Yes, so pair programming has been going really well. Scheduling has gone really well, and finishing everything on time has been going really well as well. Yeah.
Sweet. Everyone is sticking to the scope defined in the issues, also me. Yeah, I think that, the app is looking, functionally, it's like working great. It's exactly what we're asking for. It doesn't look amazing. And like, I like that we're not really bothered by that. It's like, we're not trying to do too much too soon. So yeah, like I said, I think it's just good that y'all are showing some good discipline when it comes to just sticking to the acceptance criteria. App and features work.
Yep, that's me. Although we see that are some bugs, but the main stuff works.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. We did find out about the merge conflict as soon as it was noticed, and everyone kept their cool. These things happen.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to point that out that like things go wrong, but they could go wrong in a real bad way. And that is not what happened. It's just like, oh, we have a little problem. That's okay. We'll fix it. And that's exactly what we want. That makes a great team.
Sure. Yeah. All right. And looks like the last one, our issue was pretty straightforward, so that went well.
Yeah, that was me. I'm pretty happy with our issue.
I will say Millie was a little upset that the issue was maybe a little too easy this week. So
Oh, I never said that. Never said that. That was not what. No.
no. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, I think you were excited about working with dates next week. So
No. Okay, fine.
Cool. All right. Hopefully that was all for that column. And let's go to the last one here. What could be improved? Seems like we had a lot about merge conflicts. So how could we have communicated that better? Merge conflict lessons and a lot of +1s to that. So
yeah, I think I have the first item on there, and I have lots of thoughts on this topic, but what I'd rather do is let kind of everybody else kind of chip in. So I love it when this happens, actually, and I was kind of hoping that it would, because this is a thing that is so common, and it is a thing that you definitely want to like have talked through and be able to say like, yeah, we worked through a merge conflict, and here's what we learned and stuff. So given that it happened, does anybody have any thoughts onto like what would be the ideal way or kind of a better way to handle it with these things coming up going forward?
Well, since I was the last one to push it and saw the conflict, maybe not do it 2 hours before the sync. So that actually like we have time like to discuss it. Also everyone's in different time zones, so not everyone's like available immediately. But yeah, I think if we had finished everything, I'm not sure when we finished our issue, but maybe let's say like Friday or Saturday even, it would have given us more time.
I'd say that that's actually astute in being probably the number one thing that helps make the situation better. So yeah, if you give yourself more time to deal with it, then crunch time will definitely help out. What else? So let's say you did it, you found it on Wednesday instead of Sunday morning. Okay, what else would you have done?
Message the channel. Yo, we got a conflict. Also, it was kind of my first time looking through it. I saw those like left arrows, right arrows, equal signs. I wasn't like too sure what I was looking at. Yeah, like I saw like my own branch name, our own branch name, and there's like the main branch name. I was like, okay, what I I'm lost.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect time to just like take a screenshot and be like, hey channel, what on earth does this mean? Before I do anything. So yeah, like you said, like just let us know.
Yeah, I think especially when you're starting to learn the more nuanced pieces of Git, right? Resolving a merge conflict is always maybe one of the harder things to do. And especially in the options with how to get out of that situation. And then there's a lot of context that's depending on the tools that you're using, whether you're using Git from the command line or whether you're using the editors in VS Code, or in my case, I used, the JetBrains ones. They all kind of operate a little bit differently, while still kind of solving the same job and more or less giving you the same information, which is like, you got side A and side B, and we're trying to mash them together, and how do you want to deal with it? The other thing that comes into play with that is the commit history and what happens if you take certain actions. As far as learning your tool, I'm always a fan of, if you're doing work at home at some point, set one up for yourself, where you are just in a Git repository, set 2 branches, have them make edits to the same file on each branch in the same spot, but have them do different things, and then try and merge them together, and do that a couple of different times. So like this one where you had like the same line and 2 different things kind of were edited on the same line, but they perform different functions. Okay, so now how do you slide that in? And it's pretty easy to set up for yourself and just spend 20, 30 minutes doing it, but just walking through that exercise once or twice will teach you kind of a lot. And it also gives you the safe space to kind of blow it up. Whereas if you are under pressure to get it in, you're going to be like, oh, I got to do this the right way, and that kind of stuff. And practicing it ahead of time will make you just be like, nah, I know what's going on. So that's always my suggestion with that. Anything else? Anyone else have thoughts on this topic?
Do we not have a GitHub check that like your branch has conflicts with main? Like, is that not for? Maybe it doesn't.
So it looks like it pulled down, like you pulled it down locally and resolved it before you pushed back up to GitHub, right?
No, I saw it on GitHub, and then I think from the article I saw, like, if it said like if everything is looking good, you can just, like, if you want to keep as is, you can just remove the arrows and the equal signs, and then that's where, once that was removed and I submitted it, that's where I realized, oh, I was supposed to remove the form and just leave in the render list function type of thing. So now there's like double of that. Yeah. So like the left arrow sign that was writing that had our feature branch until the equal sign, I think that's what it means, like that code was moved and replaced by the right arrow sign on main, something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like these lines used to have this, and now they have this. How do you want these to go together?
Yeah. So I just remove all the signs. So that's why it has
and left both, and that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That totally makes. It's honestly amazing that it still works. That you did that and it still works, because I've seen so much code where it's just it interferes so much. Doing something like that would just break the whole app, actually. So I mean, that's how organized that page is. Great job, guys.
I'll know for next time.
Yeah.
But so it does sound like you did pull it. So and resolved it. And you clicking out the arrows and stuff and then pushing it back up. So GitHub will tell you if you are making changes to the same place that somebody else has made changes. The problem was both PRs got merged this morning, right? As far as I'm aware. So what you won't see up until that happens is you both are opening a PR against the main branch, and the main branch looks fine, and everything is all green in your PR. And then somebody merges, and your PR will probably tell you at that point but it might not have if you didn't actually go back to GitHub before you were trying to do, the push or the pull or whatever, and you're trying to resolve it. So, like there's only a narrow window of maybe, an hour or two or something where like that information was actually available for you to know that there was a merge conflict. So this is one of the things where why it's important to be doing peer pull request reviews during the week. In addition to, making sure that the code that the other pair is working on is something you understand, is something that you agree with, is something that everybody thinks is going to work and achieve the goals of building the app. It's also so that you know what's coming and what's happening, in particular if people are touching the same pieces of code that you are, because the tooling might not necessarily show that right away, but you can be like, oh yeah, we're both in the list component. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be touching this line right here. And this is something that I need to think about because I know I was just touching that line and they probably weren't aware of the fact that I'm touching the other line. Now, if both teams are peer reviewing and looking for that, then hopefully you would have caught it. Now, because this is the first time this happened, I'm guessing people weren't thinking about like, oh yeah, these two lines might touch. But it is something that, you'll want to keep an eye out for in your peer reviews going forward. But otherwise, in terms of merge conflict crises that I've seen, this one was pretty minor. You ended up with a duplicate list, but the code still functioned and worked. It just didn't quite do what we needed it to. So like, yeah, it's got a little bit of a bug in it, but it didn't blow up and the pipeline didn't crash and there's no customer calling you up in the middle of the night demanding that you hop on and do a hot fix. So hooray.
All right. So maybe as an action item, I'll say, what do we want to say as a team? Any takeaways from this?
To definitely to communicate to the channel as soon as you feel like something is weird. That would be my number one thing.
Anybody else?
And try and watch for those in reviews and add comments on people's reviews if there is going to be a conflict. If possible, decide which team will merge first and then who will resolve the conflict as a result.
And we all missed that. I mean, as mentors, we missed that too. So we'll also keep an eye out for that better coming around. So that'll be on all of us.
Cool. All righty, that's good. Good to have an action item on that. All right, and the last thing, this is from me. It's not really something that could be improved per se, but I think it would be good, maybe on the side, if there's extra time that you all have somehow, to start looking ahead and thinking about how you want to, as a team, implement design/UX updates to the app. Again, knowing that there's time at the end built in for that, like there's going to be a time when we don't have set issues for the team to work on. Like you're basically going to be on your own figuring out this piece of it, the design piece. With that said, like it's not necessarily too early to start having some initial conversations about that, to kind of start thinking about what you all want to do together. So like I said, there's plenty of time for that. But I just don't want you to feel super overwhelmed in the last like few weeks when, especially if we're moving pretty quickly through the issues now, it's like maybe use some of this time to start hashing out some ideas. So just a thought to throw out there. So yeah.
I totally agree. When we do the issue planning, we'll take a look at the future in addition to the upcoming tasks. So
cool. And actually, I'm just going to move that over to this. I think it's kind of an action item. Alrighty. Any other thoughts on retro? Comments? Questions? Sweet. Great job. All right. Lyle, I think it's you on the issues. Maybe. think Lyle, he looks frozen, either that or he's like extremely meditative right now.
Oh yeah.
He's
Lyle is
blacked out for
frozen.
me.
Oh, he did. It's just a
But I
very
see Lyle's like complete blank screen.
okay, yeah. He must have frozen.
Oh,
Maybe.
there we go.
Is he back?
We got 2 Lyles.
We got 2 Lyles. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Zoom crashed. Sorry.
All good. All good.
There's bugs in every piece of software. Sorry about that, everybody. I was just gonna say y'all are doing a good job on retros, and those actually feel pretty close to the real world version of that. So, thanks. Okay. Cool. So, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Yep. Great. All right. So, as DJ said, we should take a minute to look at the stuff coming up for a little bit of the future, in addition to the tasks coming up for the next week. So on here, Leon and Grace, we've got you guys doing issue number 12. Amanda and Millie, we're gonna have you do issue number 13. We'll dive into those in a second. The next, oh, I'm sorry. Am I on the right one? I'm not on the right one. I was looking ahead. Yeah, 10, 11. This is what sorry, let's try it again. Millie and Leon, you guys are gonna do number 10.
Oh, you muted yourself, Lyle.
You guys got what I was gonna say. Millie and Leon, number 10. Grace and Amanda, number 12. Or 11. 10, 11. Numbers are hard. Zoom crashing threw me off. Can you tell? All right. We'll dive into those in a second. Let's take a look at a couple other things. The first one is going to be our learning modules that are sort of the async activity. We want to, if you got some time to spend, kind of go and take a look at them. This week's one is navigating finances during a career change. Last week's was what to include on your LinkedIn profile. And then coming up is the next week after that is what to ask your interviewers. I say just because the next week's bit is going to have the self-study learning modules discussion. And for sure, we'll talk about these ones, that we haven't really talked about before, but if you want to read ahead a little bit and talk about the other one, we'll kind of talk through all of the learning modules. And just kind of say if we have any questions or thoughts or interesting things to say about them. So we don't always focus on that a lot, those learning modules, with, focusing on the issues and stuff, but I just wanted to bring attention to them as well, so that we can talk about them. Additionally, okay, so real quick, we're going to do a high level overview of what's coming, so that we can be prepared for it. So the titles on these is, as a user, I want to be alerted when I'm entering an empty item or an item that's already on my list. So this is validation for the item entering on the add item fields. And then number 11, as an item, I want my estimated next purchase date to be computed at the time my purchase is recorded in the database so that the app can learn how often I buy items. So this is the fun with dates that we were mentioned earlier. Yeah, so those are 2 things coming up for this next week. Coming up after that, we will then have, as a user, I want to be able to delete items from my shopping list so that my list isn't cluttered with items I don't want to buy in the future. Pretty standard create, update, delete piece of software functionality. And then 13, as a user, I want to view a list of my shopping list items in order of how soon I am likely to need to buy each of them, again, so it's clear what I need to buy soon. So a sorting component to the list that we've got. So that's going to be the next week's issues. Not a ton of design stuff baked into there, so I don't need to get too worked up about it. But starting on week 7, we then have, as a user, I want the app to look professional and welcoming. And this one, if we just peek in here for a second, we talk a lot about design process. We talk a lot about maybe creating a mood board, maybe typography, fonts, frameworks for styling, and a couple of other things. So this is kind of what DJ was getting at with saying that like now is probably the time to start to think about this stuff. If you have learned something cool that you want to share with how to style or how to do design or how to think through an app, now's the time to like think about if that's going to be cool to bring in. If there's something that you want to try and play with, these are things to kind of think about, kind of coming in here too. It's require making decisions as a whole team, and then you're going to implement your vision. So you guys are going to have to work together to come up with how you want to do this. And these are basically all suggestions that we have down here in the rest of this issue. So you're gonna get the app mostly working. Then we're gonna talk through what else you want to do kind of with it, especially look and feel wise. There's also, generally speaking, 1 or 2 bugs that have wormed their way into the application at this point in time. So we'll probably have a conversation about like, is there anything that we need to tweak or fix as part of doing the work as well. So that happens on the week 7 stuff. And then we go into week 8 and we do some pair programming and design planning. So just mostly talking through the previous issues get go and then how we want to continue to tackle it. And then we're going to do some pair interview practice. This is kind of thing we didn't do as part of the regular cohort stuff in prior TCL cohorts, but that we are going to start to bring in more here. So doing interviewing practice with each other, and we will talk about some of that stuff as well. In addition to week 9, same kind of thing. We don't even have specifically anything else planned for this week. It's going to be more of like, hey, self-directed. What else do we need to get done here in this app? We got 1 week left. Let's cram it in and get it ready to go. And then on week 10, we will be doing the final wrap up. We're going to walk through the app. We're going to celebrate. We're going to have a little party, and talk about it. And then talk about, any other interview or career getting ready questions and stuff as well. So this is all to say that you're going to have basically 3 solid weeks. 4, 7, 8, 9, technically 10, so 3 or 4. You're going to have a good amount of time to kind of work through, build out a plan for the application, and do kind of whatever you want to make it look and feel and be something that you're proud of. So hydrating your brains now with what do you think you're going to want to do when we get to that point? Okay. Now we're going to dive into this week's issues. So let me get my numbering correctly. Millie and Leon, we're going to do number 10. All right. As a user, I want to be alerted when I'm entering an empty item or an item that's already on my list. Users shouldn't be able to add an empty item to their list or add the same item twice. If they do try to do this, we need to show them an error message that explains the problem. So block them from doing the bad thing. The acceptance criteria here is show an error message if the user tries to submit an empty item. Show an error message if the user tries to submit a new item that is identical to an existing name. For instance, if the list contains apples and the user adds apples. We're going to make this a little harder by saying show an error message if the user tries to submit a new item that matches an existing name with punctuation encasing normalized. For example, apples can be a capital P PPLS or apples comma or a space PPLS and that kind of thing. And then this is the gotcha here. The user's original input is saved into the database. So we do already have a spot where we're using regex to do some validation in the app that we may be able to piggyback off of. But just keep in mind that the original input here is the potential gotcha with these acceptance criteria. That being said, do you two have any questions about this assignment and what you might need to do to get it done?
If they enter like a space, would that be considered empty?
A space I would consider to be an empty input if that is the only piece that is in the input for an item. Yeah. Spaces in between letters are not an empty because there is content on either side of the space.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
So what does user's original input is saved in a database mean? So
Yeah.
like if the user is writing Apple, but there's like a space somewhere in between the letter, yeah, like that one. Is
Yep.
that the one that is saved to the database?
I
Or is it
should
the
see this on the list after I've entered in the database if this is what I typed into the input box. So it's probably more of an issue about punctuation and stuff, but like, you know, what if I want to say like, I don't know, banana bread, right? Then that's technically a 2-word item. But if I type in banana bread with no space in between, I want to validate that's also a duplicate of banana space bread. Oh,
So all of these cases of apples, just to be so super clear, would be considered duplicates of apple. And your original version of apple would be saved, just meaning that nothing would be run. So really nothing would change, just your alert would pop up and you wouldn't run anything to the back end to save anything new.
correct.
Got
okay?
it.
Any other questions?
I can't think of any right now.
Cool. As always, if you got them, ask us in Slack and we will appear and answer them. Okay, then Grace and Amanda, we're going to go over here on number 11. As an item, I want my estimated next purchase date to be completed at the time my purchase is recorded in the database so that the app can learn how often I buy different items. This one's tricky, although there are pieces of it already out there to help. So in order to advise users about when to purchase things, the app needs to be able to calculate that guess and store a future date. So when they click something, we're going to generate a new date and put it in the database. The calculate estimate function from the shopping list utils module will help us know how many days in the future a purchase should happen. In order to use calculate estimate, we need to know how many days have passed since the time, or since, that's an oddly worded sentence. We need to know how much time's passed since they clicked the button that they purchased it. The acceptance criteria is when the user purchases an item, the item's date next purchase property is calculated using the calculate estimate function and saved to the Firestore database. The date next purchased is saved as a date and not a number, which is a type in Firebase. Firestore. A get days between dates function is exported from utils dates and imported into API Firebase. So I think we have a stub for that. But this function takes 2 JavaScript dates and returns the number of days that have passed between them. So more or less straightforward. Working with Firestore's dates. Firestore returns dates as special objects called timestamps. You will need to convert the timestamp to a JavaScript date in order to work with it and complete this feature. The timestamp object has a .toDate for this. See the Firestore docs on what's going on there. It's what I said, like it's a type in Firestore and it's not necessarily a JavaScript thing. So you just convert. Calculating the time between JavaScript dates, comparing and manipulating JavaScript dates is notoriously tricky. And here's a hint. All date objects have a get time method that returns a representation of the date in milliseconds. Yeah, the date API. There's a new one coming out. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but there's currently one working its way through the ECMA script guys' thing. I think it's the temporal API. Yeah, that should make life a whole lot easier because JavaScript dates are a pain. But that's not out yet, so we're going to use dates. Calculating the next purchase date, the shopping list utils module should already be installed in your project. This module exports calculate estimate. Calculate estimate accepts 3 arguments. They are in order: previous estimate, a number, the last estimate, the last estimated purchase interval, days since last purchase, a number, the number of days that have elapsed between the last purchase date and now. You will need to figure out how to calculate this argument, and then total purchases, a number, the total number of purchases made for the item. Given this information, calculate estimate returns a whole number indicating the number of days that the user is likely to make their next purchase. So a suggested next purchase date, number of days away from today. Okay, there's a lot going on here. So questions.
No questions for now, but I know the dates are really tricky.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah. Same for me.
Okay. The pieces are already there, so yeah, go look at shopping list utils. Go read about what the Firestore to date thing is. Although the big thing is here's like just remember when you're grabbing a date out of Firestore, you need to call it to date to get the JavaScript version out. And then you're building this get days between dates function, which is just doing the comparison between two dates, and then slapping it in. So there's a lot going on. I just take some time to think through it. Please ask us questions if you do have them. We'll help you work through it. Do you have any more now while I'm sitting here talking about it and your brain's chewing on it? Great. Okay. So we talked about the future, talked about the past, we talked about the current assignments for the week. Any other last minute closing thoughts while we have you here for this week's sync?
About solving the merge conflict, do we need to open a new branch, new PR, or how's the best way?
I think in this case, I would probably do that. There's a couple of different ways you could decide to handle it. You could say like, hey, we'll grab it as somebody's PR. We'll just do a one-off hot push to main, or we'll do another one to open up and review it. For the sake of procedural consistency, I'd say it'd be nice if somebody would volunteer to open a quick PR that resolves it and then merges it in. Does that sound like it makes sense to everybody else?
Yep, it makes sense.
Well then, does anybody want to volunteer to be the owner of that item now, or do we want to solve it in Slack after the meeting?
I mean, I think I know. Well, I was the one that did the conflict wrong, so I think I should just do it since I know where it's at.
I mean, we're working together. We could also do that tomorrow one time because I think I know where it happened as well on our
Yeah,
end.
we could do it together too tomorrow.
Yeah.
Be quick.
Yeah.
If it's a good time tomorrow, I can also hop in. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, perfect. Again, feel free to use the link to the Zoom room at any point that you want to, and hop in and need you to solve things. But yeah, that'd be awesome. So cool, great. Any other? And yeah, thank you for bringing that up because I was about ready to wrap up without touching on that. We definitely needed to, so appreciate you. And want to shout out that is also excellent professional activity. Being like the, hey, how are we going to solve this? Who's going to drop in and take care of that? Definitely the type of stuff that you'll want to be doing in the real world when you're doing work. You guys are already acting like professionals, is my point. And you're doing a great job. So
Thanks.
Thank you.
anything else before we wrap it up? Okay. Well, I'm going to hit the button. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you in Slack and
Thank
have a
you.
great week.
Thank
Everybody.
you.
You.
Later.